I was lucky enough to check out I Swear at a secret screening where, you guessed it, you arrive to the screening and you don't know what you're about to watch. I kind of knew it was going to be I Swear. I knew it wasn't going to be anything going to the London Film Festival in mid-October, which I am going to, by the way. So look forward to a bunch of reviews coming out of London. And the chance of it being films released in the next couple weeks in the UK, like One Battle After Another, The Strangers Chapter 2, The Smashing Machine, Him, Tron Ares, films like that, were quite low. I didn't really think it was going to be them. So that sort of meant the only one left was I Swear. And I actually kind of forgot about this film because of all these releases coming. You know, the film festival was sort of on my mind, like trying to get tickets for all that. I'm seeing at least 10 films there as well. So I had all that to look forward to. I sort of forgot about this film, which is kind of unfair because I'm so happy this film was I Swear, because what a surprise. This film is great. I Swear is based on the true story of John Davidson, who was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, and explores his struggles on dealing with the diagnosis in a time where it wasn't recognisable and there wasn't really any awareness of Tourette's. Most impressive thing for me in this film was the tone. The condition causes John a lot of serious struggles and issues, in which affect him both physically and mentally, but they also affect the people around him. Yet there's so many funny moments in this film, and these moments, they're not just thrown in here, they're played at the right times of the film. Most importantly, the humour does not feel disrespectful at any point. There was no moment where I felt judgment or disrespect from the filmmakers and actors, which was just beautiful. It's also a very emotional story, which I found quite powerful, as all the hardship in which John endures. He's just a really genuine nice guy. He can't control what he does. Like I said earlier, he goes through so much mentally and physically, it is hard to watch. But he's subject to this because of a condition he can't control. But like they mentioned in the film, him and the Tourette's is not the issue. The lack of awareness and education the condition has is the issue. And they address this head on. You know, you go from an era in which nobody was aware or understanding and were disrespectful and judgmental towards individuals with Tourette's, to John becoming an activist and a campaigner for Tourette's, providing people with education and awareness. And it's not just the general public as well. He's going to the police force, he's going into hospitals and teachers, you know, really significant people in people's lives who need the education. I think this film will aid the education and awareness. So many members of the audience will get more education from this film alone, and hopefully go seek some information, and that is the significant thing about this film. The film also pointed out how important it is to have great people around you. John's life was extremely miserable from the point of his diagnosis until he became reunited with his friend from school, Murray, and then is able to meet Murray's mother, Dottie. In this moment, you can instantly tell that this is the support network which John needed. As when John was younger, his dad left because he couldn't deal with the diagnosis. His mum was quite misunderstanding about everything. When John has this support, and he gets more later from a lovely fatherly figure called Tommy, he's surrounded by people who are understanding of the condition. His mind is eased because he feels less like a burden, he feels less like a freak, which he's been called ever since the diagnosis. It's a really good message because we need a support network, and we need to be a support network for people around us, because this can really mean the world to someone and really help them. This is the first thing I've seen Robert Aramayo in. If you've seen The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, I mean, I haven't yet, but he's Elrond in that, and this performance was brilliant. He's funny whilst doing a great job in showcasing the struggles which John had. The physical and vocal work that he does with the tics are incredible, because it's not just swearing, there's twitching and arm movements and a lot of physical tics like that which Aramayo needs to get his head around, and he does an amazing job. This performance just aids how nice and likeable John is as a character, which just makes you feel worse for him when things just really aren't going his way. I just had such an admiration for John, and a lot of that was from Robert Aramayo's performance. He's also not Scottish, which I was completely unaware of until I saw some interviews of him on TikTok, so I wanted to know what he sounded like. I really enjoyed I Swear, and it might be up there as one of the most surprising films of the year for me. It's funny, it's powerful, inspiring, emotional. It brought a lot out of me. So I'm going to give I Swear 4 stars, closer to 4.5 than a 3.5. If you liked the review, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and the rest of my socials. It would be much appreciated. And if you've seen I Swear, let me know what you thought. And if you're looking forward to it, let me know. And I'll see you in the next.